Ginseng seed is different from most other plants as it requires specific growing conditions and proper treatment before it can sprout. Prior to germination, the seeds must be stratified, which is a process where they are stored below ground in freezing temperatures. In addition, the seed must be planted the following season after stratification. This is why it is important to buy stratified seeds that were harvested during the previous year. In addition, be sure to purchase float-tested seeds, which means that non-viable seeds have been removed. Ginseng is planted during the fall, usually between mid-August through the end of October before the ground freezes. After getting the seed, it is important to care for it properly so it remains viable. Keep the seeds refrigerated or in a cool place such as a basement. Don't keep the seeds in a sealed container and allow them some access to air. Keep them moist but not too wet, as this can lead to mold growth. If the seed sticks to your hand, it is too wet and should be allowed to dry. If the seeds are turning white, they are too dry and should be lightly misted with water. Mold growth can be further prevented by shaking and stirring the seeds every day. Ginseng requires about 80% shade coverage. It grows best in forest environments with many fallen leaves and rich topsoil. Since too much moisture can cause disease, the plant does best when it is in well-drained soil and on slopes which allow excess water to run off. Ginseng especially likes sugar maple trees, which provide a good source of calcium for the roots. Some nearby plants that indicate good soil conditions are ferns, baneberry, wild ginger, jack-in-the-pulpit, and foamflower. Clear the planting area by raking away leaves and removing all rocks and branches. Remove weeds and other plants which may compete with the ginseng. The first planting method requires loosening the soil and scattering the seeds. Use a garden rake to scratch up the soil. Then, evenly spread the seeds so there are about 5 seeds per square foot. Use your hands or a garden rake to spread the loose soil over the seeds and step on top to ensure they are firmly planted into the soil. Finally, completely cover with loosely packed leaves. If there is not enough leaf cover, straw can also be used. The second method takes more effort but can prevent the seeds from being eaten by wildlife. Use a stick to make small holes about 1/8 to 1/4 inch into the soil every 3 to 4 inches. Place a seed into each hole. A tube can be used to easily place the seeds without needing to bend over. A tool which can make this process easier is a spring and funnel planter, which can simultaneously make a hole and place the seed. Finally, pack down the soil over the seeds and cover with leaves or straw. The seeds are now ready to germinate next spring. It is best not to use additional compost or fertilizer, as this may cause blight. Instead, allow the plants to grow naturally. After 2 to 3 years, the plants can be further thinned such that there is about 1 plant every square foot. This will prevent disease from spreading from one plant to another. It can be harvested after 3 to 4 years, but the longer it grows, the more potent it becomes, with the most valuable roots being 10 or more years old. If you want more in-depth information about growing ginseng, please read our article on planting ginseng seeds at wisconsingrownginseng.com. Through our website, you can also buy stratified and float-tested ginseng seeds from our family-owned farm.